boxed out. She, again, very technically sound. Of course, her sister, as we mentioned, Keely Quillen, which was here a few years ago, great standout as well. Both of them tacticians, do a great job. Again, a great player and good hustle.
Knowing the game and knowing that was going to be her ball or it was going to be a foul, which the Rye Cove player came over the back as Gate City is, as Chris said, almost running a weave, trying to get the very best shot possible. As we had two ladies in the same spot right there, we need to run one of our offensive players over to the right side where we're going to have a wide open three just here in a minute. You can see as they're moving it around. Rye Cove is pretty much in a 2-3 with a matchup zone inside the middle. But
created another turnover again.
Another turnover right there. Trying to force it inside right.
Approaching 20 turnovers. Of course, as Chris has mentioned, a lot of these are bench players getting some good reps tonight, good minutes as we cross 6 minutes left in the ball game, 48-19. Last year, Gate City was held under 40 points in 14 of their games, 14 of their 22. So good start for them offensively as the season starts.
And with the defense that they had last year, I know they struggled on defense as well. Cool. I know, 19 points, holding to 19 points, that's a little over. They're only averaging about 6 points a quarter. So as we're halfway through this quarter, Rye Cove just has no answer on offense. They're trying to run their plays. The bounce passes are not sharp. That bounce pass right there went off the hands of one of the Rye Cove defenders and out of bounds. So Gate City ball as they bring the ball across court. It's going to be Jones with the ball. Jones running the point out front now. Pass the ball over to Mullins, Macy Mullins.
Of course, when we talk about the size advantage with Fullen and Housewright, be interesting to see, that combination where they're both on the court at the same time, taking on like a Wise Central that's got the size and length that's given Gate City problems the last couple years. And, of course, you're talking about a Tennessee High. Daniel Boone always has a lot of size. So it'd be interesting to see how Coach Housewright mixes and matches with them with the size that she's got this year.
And one thing that Rye Cove just does not have is height. And when we play a much taller team, as you just said, it's gonna be the tale to see how they really have. Again, here comes Rye Cove with the ball, trying to get anything going as the swarming man-to-man defense. Rye Cove is able to get the ball in, and it's rebounded on a missed layup by Riley Housewright. And then she's going to be fouled as she tries to move the ball. Kind of a hustle foul on Rye Cove's Kayla Jessen. Again, 4:18 to go, 48-19. The Lady Blue Devils lead. As out front, Macy Mullins getting a lot of time at point guard in this game. She passes the ball out to another freshman, Riley Housewright. So we have in the game right now also Bailey Jones, Summer Smith. As we go up, strong and in. That's Riley Housewright. Crowd favorite right there with Riley Housewright making a strong shot underneath as she banks that one in.
That's our first points of the fourth quarter. Comes with 33-33, and that is actually Riley's first backseat of the night.
So we're down to two Gate City players that haven't scored tonight. So, and it's been pretty equal, but the stats are going to show a lot of steals and a lot of rebounds for a few of our players. Again, as Riley Housewright, that was very impressive. She took the ball at midcourt, dribbled the ball in, a little bit of contact. She had to put that ball up on the glass and makes the point. So quickly, 2 buckets for Housewright.
By the time she is a senior, she will be a force to be reckoned with.
Just remember that now as a shot no good underneath by Rye Cove. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Gate City ball. Again, everyone's got went. A couple more checking in. Hannah Davidson checking back in, as well as Ashton Gibson. But pretty much every player that's available tonight has got a lot of minutes. So.
And it's, she's trying to. Coach Housewright is trying to come up with good combinations, good first groups, good second groups, teams. Some of our defensive groups. We've seen them in some 4-guard situations where they've created pressure. We also seen them again when they went big. So it'll be interesting to see again as we move forward with which matchup she goes with.
As you said, a lot of different matches, and we're seeing a little bit different right there. They really tried to spread it out that time, and the long pass was stolen as Cove was able to steal the ball with their guard, Ms. Roller, and Roller takes the ball down, and she misses the layup, but there's going to be a foul called with 2:27 to go. So Roller at the line for 2, and she misses the first one. I don't think they're going to get to the double bonus this time, this half, but I know Coach Housewright probably talked to him a lot. That one's going to be way short.
Way short.
Bless her heart. You could, Katie Roller.
So you all are talking about all the fouls, but nobody's really in any foul trouble. That just shows you how well they've cleared the benches, and everybody's kind of sharing the wealth in this game.
Yep. Well said, Chris. As I think 6 of the Gate City players have 2 fouls, but nobody with 3. As Gate City is spreading their offense out, showing a different wrinkle, almost as Chris had said earlier, 4 corners. As they're running their centers up front, they're running their kind of a high weave, you might say, trying to wait to get a break backwards, but it's just not in any hurry to get the ball in, and they're going to be a turnover right there. We tried to force that one right that time.
Another Gates, of course, a lot of turnovers, a lot of learning experience. Great benefit game, though, you have to say. One, as we clock rolls under a minute 30, 52-19. You got to be impressed with the tenacity of Gate City's defense. They've moved well on offense, especially in the first quarter. And, if they can eliminate these turnovers and develop the bench.
But until this quarter, they've averaged about 16 points per quarter as Cove gets great give and go right that time by Abby Berry. And the pass is going to go up underneath to Roller once more, and she's going to be fouled. Roller has had a lot of free throws tonight. It seems like she has.
She's 2 of 6, though, from the free throw line.
Here's number 7 as she eyes the mark, and for the 3rd time in a row, she's come up short on her free throws. But she's getting tired. She's been out there most of the game, if not the whole game. Yes. As she eyes the mark again and short on this one. As fatigue kind of starts setting in on these young ladies playing most of the time their first game of the night. We're under a minute. We're at 45 seconds to go as Gate City misses a 15-footer, and Cove is content just to slow it down and hopefully work it inside for one more basket as the time runs down to 30 seconds. Almost a steal right that time by Gate City's number 4. Gibson with the steal, almost with the steal as it goes underneath, and they shoot the ball at the buzzer, and it's going to be no good. Oh, excuse me, not at the buzzer. It was the other two.
What buzzer?
This time at the buzzer. Was looking across, and the hole was in the way, and it showed 0, but we had 10 seconds left as Gate City as Cove was trying to shoot the ball from long range just at the same time. But final score tonight, 52-19, Gate City in dominant fashion.
So with that said, let's talk about the player of the game. Right now, we'd like to name the delegate Terry Kilgore Leadership Player of the Game. This award is to honor that Delegate Terry Kilgore would like to bestow on a player who embodies the characteristics he takes to Richmond every year. The determination to be a true team player, putting the needs of the team above their own, working tirelessly to make sure that the main goal of success is reached. And you can't go wrong with anybody on the Gate City's roster. But we're going to go tonight with Miss Sarah Thompson, 14 points. Great. She had a couple long threes, some dipsy-doos. Played the point, played extremely well, created a lot of defensive pressure. So again, Sarah Thompson will be our player of the game. And are you going to go get her?
I will
All
when
right.
I get done talking.
All right. Well, so
Is that the first sophomore?
So we're going to take a quick break. Rob's going to go get our player of the game. Chris and I are going to go over the stats, and we'll get you all wrapped up here. Again, on a victorious night, 52-19, Gate City with the win. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports here on the Premier Pharmacy post-game show. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, "Go Big Blue!"
When we sit down with a family at Trinity Funeral Home, we have just one goal: to create a fitting, memorable, and affordable service for their loved one. Together, we explore a wide variety of services and products available. Our staff has years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are the trusted leaders in our profession. So give us a call today at Trinity Funeral Home at 423-723-8177. Again, that's 423-723-8177. Again, Trinity Funeral Home.
And we're back here on the Premier Pharmacy post-game show, live from Gate City Middle School. Again, huge win for Gate City, 52-19, as we try to wrap things up here on a great opening night here on a Saturday night. Chris, what stats have you got across the board? Again, we'll talk about the scoring here in just a second, but, we controlled the boards, controlled the blocks. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Joe, I was really impressed with the aggressiveness that the ladies showed tonight. They came out like they had a chip on their shoulder, and I think they made a good statement for tonight.
Yep.
I had Gate City with 24 rebounds to Ryco's 14, and Gate City had 16 steals to Ryco's 5, and that tells a lot with this story. Gate City dominated the game. Ryco really didn't have the opportunity to do much stealing. Second half, we came out and ran a variation of 4 corners, honestly as well as I've ever seen a high school team run 4 corners. We were able to burn time off the clock. The score could have been a whole lot worse.
Well, and you take a look at, if we would have really put the hammer down, and we talked about this as well, if this game was in February, this was a conference game, maybe, like I said, there maybe a little more, not bad blood, but, more at stake than just the benefit game. A lot of players played well. Looks like we came through injury-free, which that's great. Of course, like I said, as we get ready really for the opening of the season with Tennessee High coming in here on Tuesday night.
I'm really impressed with our freshmen. They came off the bench. I thought there'd be a little bit of intimidation for them. They acted like veterans.
And we talked about that. They've got a 13-person roster. They've got 10 of those are juniors and seniors. However, the young ones, the Sarah Thompsons, the Housewrights, the Macy Mullins, played extended minutes, played extremely well. And
Macy kind of played like maybe there's a little bit of rivalry between her and her sister. She showed a really high level of aggressiveness that I liked.
Of course, talk about Mara Mullins. She, and I don't know about this, if you know this stat or not, Mara Mullins is the state of Virginia's president for the FCAAABB.
I did not know that.